Y'all, we are backed up on the pawpaw. So I'm gonna make a video. I'm gonna bake some today. So and then I'm gonna preserve some, and I'll probably do a short video on how I preserve these and freeze them and process them because you gotta like scoop it out. You gotta get the seeds out, all that stuff. I guess you could freeze it with the seeds in. I don't know. What's interesting about that theory, though, actually, that kind of has me thinking because to grow pawpaw, you have to stratify the seeds for, oh gosh, 300 days, I believe it is. So that would be, I don't know, but they really only need refrigeration, not frozen. So maybe not. Anyway, just a theory. And then we have this is a huge bowl. This is like 5 pounds of cherry tomatoes. So I think I'm also going to try and make a sauce out of cherry tomatoes. I've never done that before. I'm going to see if I can do that. It can't be bad. Like I'll put this through a strainer to get rid of the skins and everything. So I don't have a mill. That would be helpful. I wonder if Ace Hardware has a mill. Sometimes they carry some of that kind of thing. So, but yeah, let me get going here and we'll do the garden tour, see what's out there. Chris said there are only 2 pawpaw left on the pawpaw tree. So let's go check it out. All right, here we are out at the raised bed gardens. And what we have here is even though we have the like 5 pounds of tomatoes freshly picked, there's still tons that were missed here. So, but yeah, now we're picking them on the back side as well. So, and it's covered in morning glory as well. So my winter squash is starting to take off and getting little buds. Now I did a Krista from Almost an Acre Homestead. She showed how to do this yeast fertilizer, and I did one application of this. I did run the sprinkler once because we've not had rain in 2 weeks. And this has taken off and it's starting to show buds already. So there may be time that I get a little bit more squash in here. And there's the other one. But they've really taken off. And the peppers are now starting to really bud again and really getting prolific. Look at all this new growth with buds. And that stuff is insane. I love it. This one's finally budding. And look at the eggplant starting to bud a lot now too. So I'm so excited. And I gave this rosemary some. It's loving it. Put a little bit in here with the beets. I think I've lost some beets. You know, the heat, it was 90 again. So this is trellised. I mean, not trellised, but flowing over. Here we have this one. Now that I've harvested this basil and made pesto, these are getting a lot more sunlight and airflow. I love you. Thank you. But now this is starting to bloom. This is supposed to be a poblano. So we'll see what we get. But yeah, a lot of blooms on the peppers. So I'm loving that. Sweet potatoes still going wild. Oh, he did cut a bunch back here. And then I've staked up this yellow squash a little bit. I've cut back all of where my green beans were. I left the roots there. They'll provide nourishment as they die. I harvested my biggest carrot from early in the season. It's making room for all these others. This is producing, also dying back some, also bug ridden, some of it. I think this is hardened enough that they're really not, I don't know, we'll see what happens here. So, have our cherry tomatoes here. These are the Jetstar. Now they're starting to really put out a lot of new growth on top. I picked all of the earlier tomatoes off of there. This is a second planting or a transplanting from the green stalk on green beans, so they're starting to produce now. That's great. And I've picked some bell peppers this week, but again, here where I've fertilized, we have a lot of new bud growth, and I'm loving that. Loving it. So San Marzano's doing beautifully. I've harvested a lot of those, but I'll have a lot coming in this week again. I'm going to wait till I collect them all and just do a giant pot of sauce. But again, getting more, oh gosh, it's so fragrant. Getting more buds, getting more growth. And my one lone jet star over here, it's doing well, but those San Marzano took over, so it didn't have a chance. Again, more bud growth on the peppers, so loving it. So I hope to see a lot of those. Some more green beans over there that are flowering back in there. So loving that. Let's get out to the ground garden. Here he is. Chomp, 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 chomp. I know the deer hate that. I want like 10 of them. I want 10 of them. So this is where Chris and I had come out here the other day, in this corner of the garden was torn down, and I know it's because this guy. They must have activated it, and it spooked them. So, and I've not seen any more hooves in the garden, so I need to rearrange his head a little bit, but he's still going. But yeah, so it was great coming out here and seeing that. I did harvest an okra out of here. First one, it looks like I have a couple more coming out now. Of course, the corn is done. The cucumber, I don't know. It's going, it's coming. That San Marzano, again, I put some of that yeast fertilizer out here, and look at the cucumbers. I thought they were done, and all of a sudden they're like coming to life. Looks like something's eating that one. And this tomato, I should really cut this off, but I think I'm just going to support it since I didn't get much off of this. The deer did. But again, that fertilizer, it seems to really have kicked things into high gear. Now, I'm going to be using the crud out of that. Even this watermelon, I planted watermelon late, so this is kind of an experiment to see how it grows, where it grows, if I plant it in here. And it's moving westward, which is great. So now I know, it gives me a little idea of where I should plant this in the coming years. So I like that. Winter garden, I'm hoping to get in here. I don't know if I'll make it later tonight because I mowed this part, but I still haven't mowed this part. But we've not had any rain, so there's not any growth at this point. So I'm not too worried about it. Maybe in the front, might have to trim up a little bit, but it doesn't look like... Oh yeah, the geese flew over here last night. Looking for signs of deer. I should probably get one of those little guys to hang out back here and guard the... Oh. There's another feather. I hope that fox or coyote or whatever didn't get a hold of anything. This Chicago fig. Chris said something about getting figs off of here. Because I said, well, I guess the orchard's done. Just about. After we get those 2 pawpaw, he said, well, we had the figs. Like, I don't think the crows are going to let us get any figs. So, there's one. But it's not flopping yet. It's not quite ready. But what we did have was wonderful. So, always grateful. Always grateful. And, hand it to the crows. They're pretty protective of us, so, and the property, and kind of keep a lookout over here. So, let's see. I really should trim that peach tree back some. And here you can see these mulberry are yellowing. I noticed over there, I meant to show you, the pecan is already dropping all of its leaves. So, let's see, the pawpaws left here are, here too, right here. Oh, there are 3. Chris must have missed them. 3, and there are the 2. So, and that's, there they go. This one's not, those are done. They are ripe. I love it. Okay, so we're going to go back and process some of this. Make some, these are going to be coming off probably tomorrow. We're going to go process some of this. So that leaves us 5 left. Unless we're missing some. They are sneaky. I had some way down low that I didn't even know existed for quite a while. Oh, there's a ripe little fig. So I guess, no. They've already, the wasps. They were actually in there eating it. I bet my finger's in the way. Sorry. Yeah, there's one, but look. Yeah. It's been so hot. Everything's thirsty. They're looking for any moisture they can get. And it looks like the berries have kind of really thinned themselves out, which is good. It's good to see. These are, this is 5 years old. Planted it 5 or 6 years old. 5 plants. And this is what we ended up with. It's 30 feet. I always say 20, but it's more like 30 feet of blackberry, all thornless. But we'll still get plenty in our crop next year for sure. But, yeah. So that's about it. Like, the orchard's about done. I love coming out here and seeing the leaves fall. That persimmon especially is beautiful when the colors change. I just wish it had fruit, because that no leaves and that big orange fruit on there, it always looks incredible. So, all right. Well, I'm going to stand in this shade a minute. It is going to be a scorcher again today, Labor Day weekend. I hope you all have a good and safe one. And stay cool, because we're going to be doing a lot of work inside and outside the house. Coming up, getting ready for fall, and just doing some house maintenance. And of course, I've got to process tomatoes and pawpaws and freeze those and get those saved or made into something. So I'm going to be working on pawpaw recipes. I'm going to be working on making some tomato sauces, especially with those San Marzanos. I can't wait to see what ends up with that. I'm experimenting with cherry tomatoes as a sauce. And I may have to go find a food mill real quick. So we'll see how fast. Maybe Amazon can deliver by tomorrow, but I think Ace up the street might have some. But y'all take care, and we'll see you later. Have a good one. Bye. Love you.